The next day, I hear a strange voice on the radio, and I'm intrigued by this man. Who could he be?
This is Corporal Gunnery Sergeant Hans Gruble. Identify yourself. What nationality are you? I am German. I'm commanding officer of the Fourth Reich.
The Fourth Reich? What the hell is that supposed to be?
Do you have papers to confirm your identity? We have repurposed the Kabineda military base. It is now under the protection and control of the Fourth Reich. Yes, this is our military base. Any survivors within 200 meters without correct paperwork shall be shot on sight. And the entrails, head, arms and legs will be used to make an effigy to warn the other survivors not to approach this area. Without the correct paperwork, of course. What do you mean there is no paperwork? You must immediately report to the Vybor military base and receive your paperwork for your nationality and your identity card.
So I meet up with this guy to find out what his story is, what's going on here.
The better question would be, where did you get the Knight's Helmet of the Fourth Order?
I simply explain that I've been knighted by the Knights of Devil's Castle, and that I've been looking for my comrades, with no luck for weeks.
A very likely story. Come with me. Have a seat by my desk. Unfortunately for the paperwork, I do not have a pen with ink in it. We will need to acquire one of these. We will also need to require the blood testing kit to find out your blood type. And then after that, you may leave. We shall go to the nearest hospital. The town will not have the supplies that we need, unless you want to catch the tetanus from the dirty syringes. What has the world come to? Me, the leader of the Fourth Reich, needing to go to the dirty communal hospitals rather than the super hospitals built by the Germans in the early 1900s. What has come to the world?
So we go to look for the supplies that Hans tells me that we need in order to get my papers, so he'll let me go on my way freely.
Behold the power of the Fourth Reich. Yes, sir, and as a German officer, I would ask that you accompany me. I guarantee your safety. You come under the protection of the Fourth Reich until we find such supplies that we can issue you with your papers. It has been cleared out by the rebels and scum. This is why we must retake this island, restore order, and remove the threats on the Untermenschen.
Well, he certainly seems to be on a mission, but as we leave the police station, I realise that we're not alone. I hastily greet the strangers. There seem to be so many of them. They appear to have caught us with our pants down.
Good day, sir.
Hello.
Do you have your
Hello?
papers?
Good day. No.
Hello.
I tell them my name and hope that has some good standing with them. I just hope it's safe.
Oh, hi. I know you.
I am Colonel Hans
I
Gruble.
accidentally met you on the radio yesterday. My name's Me. M-E-I spelling.
We must ask you, do you have any of the blood testing kits? This man here behind me does not have his papers. We cannot
I don't
verify
have
his
it.
identity. You see, we require the blood testing to determine whether or not he is part of us, or if he should have been infected by the virus that was originally released by the Fourth Reich.
Run that by me one more time.
Oh.
Originally released by the Fourth Reich? The zombie plague, are you sure?
That is correct, sir. It was determined to eliminate the Untermenschen of the population and leave surviving only the good people that you see here with the positive blood types.
He got a different
These
accent
are
as well,
from
man.
the original order. He has stolen the helmet. This is why we must identify it. It is welded onto his face and we cannot remove it.
Well, it might be good if you guys like work together since you look the same, and I think you got the same ideas as well, right?
He has been knighted by the Devil's Castle. I was knighted by the members of the New World Order and the Fourth Reich, yes? We are currently working on retaking the military bases on this
Any of
island.
you's interested in those bullets, by the way? Do I hear a car?
I believe that you do, sir. Driving
Your
without
car.
the license on the island of Chernigos is illegal. Is that the FAL?
That is the SAL in the...
That was produced in the home country of Germany. Unfortunately, the supplies of these are limited. I would suggest that you
yeah,
hold
sure,
on to
no?
this weapon.
Oh, these guys seem okay, actually.
Deutschland,
Yes, sir.
Deutschland.
Oh yes, we are liking the singing. Continue the singing of the song.
Well, we better not.
We shall now go step in this direction. Follow me, Sir Knight.
Guten Tag.
Repeat yourself. Good day.
Bye-bye.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Take care, dude.
So we bid a fond farewell and head on our way.
What type of good step is that? Slow down the pace. Widen the march. This area is controlled by the Fourth Reich. You have nothing to fear as long as you are with me.
So just when I'm starting to relax and warm to this guy, he decides to tell me of his plan, of his mission from the Fourth Reich.
The only thing you must be careful for is if you look, I now have on my hands the biological weapon which I plan to release on Chernarus. This weapon is what will release the virus into the population. Therefore removing the rest and the less civilization that stands in the way of the rise of the Fourth Reich.
No, this is indeed a worrying plan. This man sounds like he's crazy. I try to reason with him and talk him out of this course of action.
Do you think that the weak deserve to live? Those who cannot and will not fight deserve to survive in this land? There is to be no action. If you will not follow the teachings, you shall need to be indoctrinated. You shall need to sit and watch through the entire collection of the One Direction concerts. Then you will understand. I have been trained in the first aid, though I must mention I have not done this many times. I did attempt this earlier on and accidentally nicked the artery on the neck of the man I was trying to apply the first aid kit to. I misread the instructions. I am speaking the German, and the Russian translation for leg and neck is very, very similar. Unfortunately, the man bled profusely. He lost almost 4 pints of blood in as many minutes. There was nothing that could be done, so he was executed. May God rest his soul. Fear not. We will call in the chemical weapons, and it shall eradicate them, which is why we must go to their homeland, the home part of the island, and we will release the chemical weapons upon the civilians and children, forcing the army to surrender. This Russian beer tastes like swill. Pfui! I must find a way to get rid of the taste of the blood in my mouth. You have no military training yet to carry the military weapons. Hold!
What's your name?
I am Colonel Hans Gruble.
Once again I introduce myself in hope.
We mean you no harm, civilians. We are merely passing through the area. We will be searching for the water.
To leave the area?
No, we will be passing through the area. As a member of the Fourth Reich, I understand your right to inhabit these properties. We merely seek the paperwork and the blood testing kits so that this man here may get his paperwork.
Okay.
You have a good day, sir.
Yeah. There is a bird that's dead on the road up ahead. I shot it because he pulled out a magnum, point blank range, and fired at my chest. For what reason, I have no idea.
The man must have been of the Russian origin. The Russians are known to pull tricks like this.
Yeah. If you'll see a dead body. Anything on that is yours. You can have it. Just do not come into the piano building. Okay?
We understand, as I said, I respect your right to hold this property. We shall be moving on.
Yeah.
If there is a water source in the town, may we drink from it.
The water outside the building.
Yes, sir. I will be entering through the archway, but will not be entering the building.
The door's open.
It's understandably tense here, but these gentlemen don't seem to want to harm us. In fact, one of them seems to know me.
Do you men in there need any supplies? We have medical and food supplies that are spare if you require them.
I've just been shot at. It'd be best if you just leave. That's not a threat, that's just a suggestion. I've just been shot. I do not want you to stay any longer here. Please do what you have to do and then leave as quickly as you can. Do I need any assistance? No, my vest seems to catch all the bullets. I'm okay. I'd just really like you if you just did what you have to do and leave. You too. Are you leaving? No, I just want to...
Yes sir, we are leaving, we'll be heading south.
Okay, goodbye.
We have a very urgent mission.
Goodbye. Nice to meet you.
We are being followed.
I too had noticed a figure following us down the road, so we stopped to try and find out who this person is, whether he means us any harm.
Hello sir.
Nothing, I'm just running. I think I might go to Starroy. I've heard there's a camp there. My name's Stalker, also known as Sven. What about you guys?
It's Colonel Hans Gruble.
Hello. Hello, Ruber and Lord Dick. Is that your name, yeah?
Yes. If you wish, you may accompany us, but you must understand that under this time where we are moving, you'll be under the command of myself as Colonel of the Fourth Reich, and you will be commanded to execute any Untermenschen, also known as the walkers or zombies, while we are moving in this direction.
Okay, mate, that's fine with me. Just been, trying to loot, trying to survive, really. Trying to, I want to see if my group's still alive. I don't know, I've not had contact with them for a couple of days now. Ah, okay.
You see, this man, he is wearing the helmet of our order, but it is being welded onto his face, and we cannot confirm whether or not he is part of the master race. So we must take a blood sample and then issue him with paperwork that will be stapled to his forehead.
Ah. Oh, okay. That's one way to get around, isn't it?
Yes, I can tell by the accent that you are also a member of the master race.
I don't know, it might be. You can test if you want.
If you have not been attacked by the nerve agent that was released by the Fourth Reich, then you are a member of the master race and selected survivors. The Fourth Reich is now here to take control of the island and restore order, as well as eliminate any of the Untermenschen, which are the half-caste, which enables them to walk even though they are dead.
Ah, yeah, the zombies. Ah, I know what you mean. Killed plenty of them.
Sir, you are doing this country a service, and also a service for the fatherland. I salute you.
Ah, thank you, my friend, thank you.
I decided to ask Hans about his past, what he did before the apocalypse, whether or not he had any family, whether he had any children.
I did, yes, and they were executed by the Russians, which is why I selected myself to do this mission.
Hello, I'm dirty Russian.
It is not so very. They were weak. If they were strong, they would have survived like me, and not fallen to the Untermenschen. They have disgraced me, which is why I carry out this mission.
Yeah, I feel
The
your
only
pain.
regret was my 6-month-old son who was eaten in the crib by the Untermenschen.
No wonder this poor chap is
Oh,
tormented.
gee. You've not had it.
Such foul deeds have happened to him.
Had it well. 1 minute, guys. I'm gonna go my separate ways now, aren't I? Roy, that way. Where are you heading off to?
You see, this man, he shows no fear in the face of the enemy. You could learn a lot, Sir Knight.
So we run through the night, exploring various towns, and eventually we find ourselves at Electro, greeted by the morning mist.
I personally think it would be better to die in the company of friends than to be left to wander the land and starve to death or die of hunger.
I just can't get the idea out of my head that there's more to Hans than this psychopathic killing machine of the Fourth Reich. This man can be saved, I'm sure of it.
Come at me, you foul beast, I shall smite thee.
Even as he glories in the killing of these Untermenschen, as he calls them, I still sense that he takes no real pleasure in it. He seems somewhat drained, somewhat exhausted by the effort of killing these foul demons. Like he actually feels some kind of empathy for their fate.
This combat has left me tired. I'm ready to move. I've always been dreadfully fascinated of what would happen if you injected alcohol into a human eye.
The man's just full of contradiction. I don't believe he's like that. I believe he's been trained to be like that. I'm sure I've yet to meet the real Hans Gruble.
May you rest in peace.
So we move on to Cherno. This is the city where Hans says he has to go. The end of his mission.
Yes, we have nearly reached the final destination. I can see my target area from here. The large smokestacks with the chemical processing compound. It will eradicate all life that's left on the island.
I try to make him see the horror of his plan.
All of the drinking water will be contaminated. I feel at this point there is no longer a choice.
I argue that with more recruits we can pacify this land without such a senseless act.
The only regret I have is I will not be able to return to my men. I do not have enough water to get back to my base. I do not feel that there is orders. I must follow it. I've been commanded to give my life for the fatherland. I do so without hesitation. But there must be a way to get to the top of these towers.
I'm getting desperate in my attempts to try and reach this man. I tried talking about his son, about family, about hope, about the lives we've met on the way down here today, and the friendly folks who have left us in peace.
My friend, I have no right to ask this of you. I would ask that for my final moments that you would come and join me. Everybody I have met I am about to kill. But I cannot disobey my orders. I cannot disobey the orders of High Command, but I cannot return with not completing my mission. I lied as well. I have one son remaining. I would ask that you tell him that I love him.
I point out to Hans that he should tell his son himself. I plead with him to do so.
I must end my life. If I cannot complete my mission, I must end my life. I cannot pull the trigger. I'm coming down. I cannot do this. I cannot kill the people we have met. The friendships we have made. The thought of fishing this beautiful country. I cannot do it.
What a tormented soul. He makes the right choice, but he still tortures himself about the failure that he perceives.
I would ask then, now that I am my own man, I am no longer following the orders of others. If you will accompany me to the seaside so I may see it.
Hans had told me earlier that he had never seen the sea. It seemed like the fitting thing to do, to take him down there and make sure that he realised what he had saved. Maybe now we could finally see the real Hans Gruble, a man I knew to be good in his heart, a man who had loved once, a man who loved to go fishing and drink beer with his friends, a man I would now call my friend.
This is one of the most beautiful sights I have ever seen. I have one thing left to do. This weapon, which has caused so much trouble. I have to make sure that the weapon is stashed and nobody else can find it. I removed my helmet. For the first time since I began my mission. I thank you, sir. I beg you, show me the way forward.
As I beheld his face, with his helmet removed for the first time since I'd known him, I realised I'd been right about this man. He didn't need my help finding his way forward. He'd already found it. He'd done that on his own. I was just there to witness it.
Yes, sir. And then afterwards we shall go to the fishing.